Some clients you forget the minute the door shuts behind them, and some you spend a year not thinking about so carefully it amounts to the same thing as remembering. When she walked back into my office, the rein still on her shoulders, I knew which kind she was. She was the kind I'd let walk out once, believing a thing I never said.
There's a woman out here says she knows you, says you did right by her once. I told her that narrows it to about 3 people in this city, so she'd best have a name.
Did she give you one?
She didn't have to. I remember the ones who leave here looking grateful. It's a short list, and it never includes me. Send her in, or keep pretending you're busy?
I wasn't going to come back here. I told myself I'd handled enough on my own. But there's a thing a person can't handle alone, and I finally found mine. It's my brother. 3 weeks and not a word. He doesn't go 3 days.
3 weeks. People disappear in this city for all kinds of reasons. Most of them walk back in on their own once the money runs low. What makes you sure somebody took him?
Because I know him. Because I'm the only one left who'd notice. I'm not going to cry in front of you, so don't wait for it. Just find him. You found things for me before. You can find a boy. That's him. Last summer. Keep it. I have the negative somewhere, if I can stand to look.
She set the photograph on my blotter face up and didn't watch me take it, the way you don't watch a doctor read your chart. A kid, maybe 22, leaning on a porch rail with the sun in his teeth. And I'd been at this long enough to know the difference between a man who's been taken and a man who left. Taken men, you find their fear in the photo somewhere, in the eyes, like they already knew. This kid had the other look, the easy one, the look of a man who'd already bought his ticket and was just waiting on the train. I told her I'd find him. I didn't tell her I'd already started to suspect he didn't want to be found. The back room at the precinct smelled the way it always smelled. Burnt coffee, wet wool, and 20 years of paperwork nobody read twice. Brogan had a folder open in front of him, and from where I stood it looked like the thinnest folder in the building. That's because it was empty. In this city, an empty folder tells you more than a full one. I'm looking for a kid, Patty. Young. Came through about 3 weeks back. The sister thinks somebody took him. I figured if anybody put paper on it, it'd be you.
Paper. That's a good one. There's no paper, Flynn. I pulled every sheet we got. No report, no body, no John Doe down at the morgue, with his face the right age. The kid didn't get took. He bought a ticket and used his own name doing it.
His own name. That's not how a man disappears when somebody wants him gone.
No, it isn't. Listen to me. 20 years I've worked this town, and only 2 kinds of people ever go missing in Calloway Bay. The ones somebody made vanish, and the ones who couldn't stand their own lives one more morning. The first kind, we never find. The second kind, we ain't looking. This one walked to the depot on his own 2 feet and paid cash. Nobody runs from nothing, Flynn. They run from something.
I went back out into the rain with the folder still empty and the answer right there in the nothing of it. The kid wasn't lost, he was hiding. And a man only hides under his own name when he's running from someone who'd already know it. Someone close. The woman who'd hired me to find him had sat across my desk and called it grief. From where I was standing now, it was starting to look a lot more like a chase. The rooming house on Delancey rented by the week to men who paid in coin and left no forwarding address. His room was on the 3rd floor, and it was empty the way a room is empty when somebody cleared it on purpose. No struggle, no note. Just a nail in the wall where a man hangs his coat when he means to come back, and a coat that wasn't there. The landlady remembered him. Paid up Tuesday, gone by Wednesday, smiling the whole time. He'd settled a debt the night before he ran. A big one, in cash, and the cash had a story. It came out of his sister's account 3 days back. The same sister who'd hired me to find the sweet boy somebody must have dragged off into the dark. Nobody dragged him. He packed.
You found his room. I can see it on you. You found something. Tell me he's alive. That's all I came for. Just tell me my brother's alive somewhere, and I'll let the rest of it be.
He's alive. He cleared out of here under his own power with a suitcase and a ticket. Nobody touched him.
Then he's just scared. He was always the gentle one, you understand. I half raised him myself after our mother went. He used to bring me flowers he stole out of the neighbor's box and swear he bought them. Sweet. He'd never run from me. Something frightened him. Find out what frightened him, and I'll pay whatever it costs.
There it was, the whole ugly shape of it sitting in my mouth and her looking up at me with 20 years of a borrowed little brother in her eyes. The flowers he stole and called a gift. He'd stolen one more thing on his way out the door and called it goodbye. And it was her money that bought his ticket away from her. What's it worth to you to know, lady? Because I can find a man. Finding the one you came in here believing in, that's a different job, and I'm not sure it pays. She didn't catch it. She just nodded like I'd promised her something kind, and went on telling me about the sweet boy she raised. I had the whole thing in my teeth and her grief in the air between us, and I had to decide right there in that cold hallway whether the truth was a thing she'd paid to own, or just one more thing this city takes off a person who can't afford to lose it. There's a kind of writing they don't teach you. You take the truth and you build a better man out of the pieces that won't fit. I had the real brother in a folder on the desk. I left him there. On the blotter I was making a new one, the way you'd carve a saint out of a fence post. Safe. Gone west, somewhere with sun. Ashamed enough not to write, fond enough to mean it. A man who'd send his love if he knew how. Every word of it false and every word of it kinder than anything I'd found.
You've been staring at that sheet for an hour, and you haven't crossed a thing out. That's not how you write when you're guessing.
I'm not guessing. I know exactly what I'm telling her. That's the trouble with it.
She came in here wanting her brother back. You can't give her that. So you're giving her one that fits in an envelope.
It's the only version that lets her sleep. The real one doesn't do anybody a nickel's worth of good.
You're getting good at this. That's all. You're getting good at it.
She wasn't ribbing me. Dale doesn't miss, and she'd hit the thing dead center. A year ago, that would have landed somewhere and ached. The new part, the part that scared me, was that tonight I could feel it land. I could feel exactly how right she was, and my hand was already reaching for the phone. I picked up the receiver with the kind lie finished and waiting, every gentle word of it in a row. My hand wasn't quite steady on it. I told myself that was the cold coming in off the rain. I knew it wasn't, and I dialed her anyway. The diner on Larkin keeps a booth in the back where the steam off the coffee urn fogs the window, so you can't tell the rain outside from the rain you carry in. She was waiting in it when I came. I had the truth about her brother in my coat pocket, folded small, and I'd already decided she was never going to read it.
You found him. I can see it on you. Just tell me. Whatever it is, I've spent 3 years imagining worse.
He went west, Long Beach, then a freighter berth he didn't leave a name on. He's clean now, working. The kind of trouble he was in down here. A man doesn't write home about it. He just walks until it stops following.
He's alive. He's alive and he didn't... Did he say anything? About me?
He said he was sorry. Said tell her I'm sorry, and tell her not to come looking. Because I'm doing the one decent thing I ever managed, which is staying gone. He sends his love. He meant it.
That's him. That's exactly him. Stupid and proud and gone. And you don't even get to be angry about it. Thank you. I can live with that. I can carry that one.
She believed it the way she'd believed a promise I never made her, once, in another booth in another part of town. She set down a few bills she couldn't spare, and she stood up lighter than she'd sat down, holding a picture of a man that didn't exist. The bell over the door took her, and the rain took the bell. The coffee had gone cold between us without either of us touching it. I sat there in the steam with the real story still folded in my pocket, the one where her brother didn't go west and didn't send his love, and for the first time in a long stretch of doing everything right, something turned over in my chest and ached. I couldn't tell if that was the part of me that used to do this job finally coming back up for air, or just a deeper kind of drowning, dressed up to look like a man who still felt things.